Alright, here we are. It's August 10th, 2013. It's about 6 p.m. Here it is, Tennessee. I think it's about 86 degrees right now, 80% humidity. It's pretty sticky out here. So today I'm doing the shock install. Come in here and look at this real quick. You can see I already took off the wheel. Everybody knows how to do that. Jacked it up. Kind of interesting. It has the KYB struts on it. But this is what you don't want to see. This is a cut spring, which is good for slamming your car to the ground and about nothing else. So you can see there's where they cut it, and it just kind of sits here and rides on the spring. Inches lower than it should be, and rides like crap, to put it lightly. So I bought some KYB GR2s with some Eibach, I don't know how you say it, but springs. Should lower the car like 1.5 inches. Nothing crazy, but I got them used for $220 for all fours, and so I'm going to be installing these. So first thing I'm going to do is come back here and get this nut off. Not sure what size that is, but I'll figure that out, start wrenching on it. You can see I have my socket set here and my giant breaker bar. This thing comes in handy. The more leverage the better, so that thing's like 3 foot long. So here we go. I'll find the socket and we'll get started. Okay, so I found out what this is. It's a 16 mil. So we'll use the socket set and the breaker bar for that in a second. But first, I'll show you this other piece that should probably come out first. I'm missing a piece. Okay, so you gotta go inside the car, pull down the seat, which you see I've already done. Watch out for the sub that's just sitting there. No, I'm not using it, it's not hooked up. You gotta pull off the speaker cover, it's sitting right here. And that's just a couple clips on the side, 2 clips on the side, and slide it right back. Comes right out pretty easy. You then have to take off this dust cover, and that's what we're trying to get at right there. So it's in the corner, right under the rear windshield, and there's 2, let me see if I can get in here, 2 12 mil bolts right there. So I'm going to get those off, and then we'll go back to that other big one down below. Okay, so those came out pretty easy. I had a deep well 12 mil on a little extension, so if you don't have a deep well socket, you're probably going to need some kind of extension piece to get there, because they're down in there, and to even be able to turn, you're going to need to get down. So and just be careful, because you will shatter this glass. It's just right there. So that's done. Moving on. Alright, so now for this 16 mil piece right here. Okay, so as you can see, that wasn't so bad, and it's all because of that giant breaker bar. Makes it a lot easier. I probably could have lubed it too, but I didn't, and it still came off pretty good. So here it is, the chop spring on the KYBs. Looks like they might be the GRs. Just going to do exactly the same thing on the other side and the rear, and then we'll go for install, which is just the reverse of what I just did. So, all right. Okay, so here we are on the other side, and I'm just going to give this a little blast, PB blast here. Just to make sure we don't break anything. Probably should have done it on the other side, but that worked out fine. So I'll let that soak, and I'll show you. It's kind of funny, I've had this car for 2 weeks, and I've learned that it's all hodgepodge together. And you can see that this strut on this side it's not a KYB, maybe it's stock, maybe it's something else, but it's not the same. And here we are with the cut spring. This one actually looks a little longer than the other one, and it doesn't move around nearly as much, so that's probably part of why it rode like shit. I also found out today that I have a couple of different tire sizes on this car. Some 205 60s, I think it is, and 195 65s. And it's not like front rear or anything like that. It's kind of, you know, spread rear front and front rear. So this car's all sorts of goofy. But all right, let's get this bolt off. Okay, so that one went pretty smooth. A little tougher than this side, but not too bad. Now let me show you the difference here. This is what I'm going from to what I'm going to. You can see Two different kinds of struts, cut springs. You can see it's just hacked right off. Just kind of sliding around, flopping on there. This is what the spring's supposed to look like. And this is the Eibach spring, Eibach, whatever. I think they're made somewhere in Illinois or Indiana. I know I passed there going to Michigan, so. And here's the KYB GR2s. And so just, you know, kind of the opposite of what I just did. I'm going to pop these guys in there. Alright.